The fifth agreement. I will hold my thoughts lightly. I will hold my thoughts lightly. I will do my best to assume the best about you. I will question my critical assumptions, and I will offer you as much compassion, gratitude, and respect as I possibly can because I care about you and our relationship. Our thoughts have an immense impact on how we perceive and interact with the world, especially in our relationships. The fifth and final agreement, I will hold my thoughts lightly, encourages us to approach our thoughts with curiosity and flexibility rather than clinging to them as absolute truths. This agreement is about recognizing that our thoughts and assumptions, particularly the negative or critical ones, are not always accurate, and that by questioning them, we can create more space for understanding, compassion, and connection. Holding your thoughts lightly means not letting them dictate your emotions or actions without first examining their validity. It's about being open to alternative perspectives and giving your partner the benefit of the doubt. This approach fosters a more compassionate and respectful relationship where both partners feel understood and valued. The nature of thoughts. Thoughts are powerful, but they are also fleeting and often influenced by our moods, experiences, and unconscious biases. In relationships, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our thoughts, especially the negative ones, are facts. For example, you might think, my partner doesn't care about me because they didn't ask how my day was, or they're always late because they don't respect my time. These kinds of thoughts can quickly spiral into resentment, frustration, or even anger. However, these thoughts are often just one interpretation of the situation. Holding your thoughts lightly means recognizing that there are multiple ways to interpret your partner's actions, and that your initial reaction may not always reflect the full picture. By loosening your grip on these thoughts, you allow room for other possibilities. Perhaps your partner was preoccupied with something else, or simply forgot in a moment of distraction. This mindset shift can transform the way you experience your relationship. Instead of jumping to conclusions or letting negative thoughts fester, you approach situations with curiosity and openness, which can lead to more positive and constructive interactions. How to practice holding thoughts lightly. Holding your thoughts lightly is a practice that requires self-awareness and a willingness to question your own assumptions. Here are some strategies to help you implement this agreement in your relationship. Number 1, observe your thoughts. The first step in holding your thoughts lightly is to become aware of them. When you notice a negative or critical thought about your partner, take a moment to observe it without immediately accepting it as truth. Ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Is this thought helpful or harmful to my relationship? Number 2, question your assumptions. Once you've identified a critical thought, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have for it? Are there other possible explanations for my partner's behavior? This questioning process helps you see the thought for what it is, just one possible interpretation, rather than an absolute truth. Number 3, consider alternative perspectives. Try to view the situation from your partner's perspective. What might they be thinking or feeling? How might their intentions differ from your initial assumptions? By considering alternative perspectives, you create space for empathy and understanding, which can help to diffuse negative emotions. Number 4, practice self-compassion. It's natural to have negative thoughts from time to time, especially when you're feeling stressed or vulnerable. Instead of beating yourself up for having these thoughts, practice self-compassion. Acknowledge that everyone has moments of doubt or frustration, and that the important thing is how you choose to respond to those thoughts. Number 5, communicate with curiosity. If a particular thought or assumption is bothering you, bring it up with your partner, but do so with curiosity rather than accusation. For example, instead of saying, "You never listened to me," you might say, "I've noticed that I've been feeling unheard lately. Can we talk about what might be going on?" This approach opens the door to a constructive conversation rather than a confrontation. The benefits of holding thoughts lightly. When you commit to holding your thoughts lightly, you create a more flexible and compassionate mindset that can significantly improve your relationship. Here are some of the key benefits. Reduced conflict. By questioning your initial thoughts and assumptions, you're less likely to jump to conclusions or react impulsively. This can prevent unnecessary conflicts and create more peaceful relationship dynamics. Greater understanding. Holding your thoughts lightly encourages you to consider your partner's perspective, which can lead to greater understanding and empathy. This, in turn, strengthens your emotional connection and fosters mutual respect. Enhanced emotional resilience. When you're not attached to your thoughts as absolute truths, you become more emotionally resilient. You're better able to navigate challenges and setbacks without letting negative thoughts dominate your emotions or actions. Improved communication. By approaching your thoughts with curiosity rather than certainty, you're more likely to communicate in a way that invites dialogue rather than defensiveness. This can lead to more productive and meaningful conversations with your partner. Holding thoughts lightly in action. Imagine a scenario where your partner forgets an important anniversary or special date. Your immediate thought might be, they don't care about me or our relationship. This thought is natural, especially when emotions are involved, but it's also important to hold it lightly and consider other possibilities. Before reacting, you pause and question the thought. You ask yourself, is it really true that they don't care? Or could there be another explanation? Maybe they've been overwhelmed with work, or perhaps they truly just forgot in the midst of a busy week. By considering these alternatives, you soften the initial sting of the thought and create space for a more understanding response. Later, when you talk to your partner, you approach the conversation with curiosity rather than accusation. You might say, I was disappointed that you forgot our anniversary. I know you've had a lot on your plate lately, but I'd like to understand what happened. This approach invites a conversation rather than a confrontation, and it allows both of you to address the issue without escalating into a larger conflict. By holding your initial thought lightly, you prevent it from becoming a source of ongoing resentment. Instead, you address the issue with empathy and understanding, which strengthens the relationship rather than undermining it. Conclusion. The fifth relational agreement, holding your thoughts lightly, is a powerful practice for cultivating a more compassionate and resilient mindset in your relationship. It's about recognizing that our thoughts and assumptions, especially the negative ones, are not always accurate reflections of reality, and that by questioning them, we can create more space for understanding and connection. By holding your thoughts lightly, you become less reactive and more reflective, which can significantly improve the quality of your interactions with your partner. This practice fosters a sense of empathy and openness, allowing you to approach challenges in your relationship with greater emotional intelligence and resilience. Ultimately, holding your thoughts lightly is a commitment to seeing your partner and your relationship in a more compassionate and realistic light. It's about giving each other the benefit of the doubt and being open to the possibility that there's more to the story than your initial thoughts might suggest. This mindset can transform not only how you view your partner, but also how you experience your relationship, leading to deeper trust, understanding, and lasting love.